Hello everyone, I'm Ellen Johnson with Nova Vita, and today we're going to be talking about vitamin D. So vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin that your body can get in just two ways other than supplementing. One of them is with sun exposure, and the other is in a very small group of foods. So I want to talk about both of those things, and we'll start with sun exposure. A few years ago, there was a group in England that did a study trying to determine just how much sun exposure you need in order to get enough vitamin D to keep you from going into deficiency. And the answer was quite shocking. They said that you only needed between 10 and 15 minutes a day, but you need that exposure during critical hours of the day, which usually fall in the 2 hours before lunchtime, so between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. So if you can imagine what most people are doing between those hours, it's not frolicking out in the sun. It's actually very difficult for most people to get the amount of vitamin D that they need through sun exposure alone. The other way that people get vitamin D is through foods. So the top 5 foods that have enough vitamin D in them to keep you from getting into deficiency are salmon, sardines, cod liver, tuna, and eggs. So I don't know many people that eat salmon every day, and I know even fewer people that even like sardines or have access to cod liver. And tuna is also another thing that people eat occasionally, not usually on a daily basis. So when you talk about the things that people eat every day and getting enough vitamin D, the recommended amount of vitamin D is 600 IU, or international units. So in order to get 600 IU, you could eat one 5-ounce piece of salmon, which is actually about 800 IU, but you'd have to do it every day. Or you could eat eggs, which are 37 IU, but in order to hit your 600 minimum in eggs alone, you'd have to eat 16 eggs. So when we talk about units of measuring vitamin D, 600 is actually the minimum to keep you from getting deficient. However, people that are already deficient in vitamin D actually need upwards of 2,000 IU. So most people you know are not going to eat 3 pieces of salmon a day or 54 eggs in order to get that. So needless to say, vitamin D supplementation is warranted really with most of the population if you're not able to meet it through what you eat or through getting sun exposure at critical times. So let's talk a little bit about what vitamin D does for your body. Vitamin D's main role is to help your body absorb calcium. Calcium is needed to keep your bones strong and to keep your bones healthy, but also to prevent diseases, bone diseases particularly, such as osteoporosis or the beginning of osteoporosis, which is called osteopenia. Both of those things are pretty prevalent in many people, especially as they start to age. The loss of amount of calcium their body is absorbing as they age makes it very difficult to keep your bones strong unless you have enough vitamin D in your diet. Vitamin D has also been tied to seasonal depression. Vitamin D helps to boost serotonin levels. And as you know, serotonin is the happy drug that your body releases when you go for a long run or when you eat a piece of chocolate or even when you receive a hug from somebody that you care about, your body releases serotonin. So you need vitamin D and able to make that process work in your body. You also need it for immune system function in order to fight disease states that are caused by viruses and bacteria. And you also need it in your nerves to carry important information from your brain to all of your body parts. So bottom line, vitamin D is a very important vitamin to have in your body. And unfortunately, it's one of the vitamins that your body does not make on its own. It's only made through sun exposure and through the things that you eat. So it's really important to supplement with vitamin D if you feel like you could be deficient or if you've had a practitioner tell you that you're deficient. And like I said before, it's not just meeting the 600 IU that's critical. That's just for survival. If you really want to be thriving, you really need to be getting upwards more of like 2,000 IU a day. We're excited for you to try our vitamin D supplement. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. Thanks so much.